YouTube, welcome back. On today's episode, I'm going to give you a step-by-step tutorial on how to change your oil. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into Step 1. Identify your vehicle, the motor, trim. Well, mostly you just need to identify the vehicle, the motor that you have, and that's it, pretty much. The vehicle and the motor, because they really mostly go off the motor. So step 1 is identify your vehicle and the motor size that you have, because that is the most detrimental thing that you will need in order to get this oil change completed and the right parts that you need. So once you figured out that, we're going to go ahead and go to step 2. Once you figure out the motor that you need, then you want to go ahead and pick out the oil. If you Google it, you can Google it, or you can go to the parts store and they will actually help you, because they can pull it up on a computer and tell you exactly what oil and filter that you need. But it also helps if you go to Google. If you go to Google and do research yourself, you can eliminate all of that time that you would have to go up there and wait, because it might be online too. So once you do that, this car I'm running a 5W40 because it's more of a performance base and I kind of drive it kind of hard. So I'm running 540 in this. And this is my oil filter. So if you have a Subaru WRX with the FA20 motor in it, this is the filter that you use. And that's step 3 is now you will have to identify the tools that you will need. So this is the number 1 tool that you will need on any oil change for the most part. If you have a can style filter, which is what this is the type of filter the oil filter wrench that you would use to take the filter off. And on mine, it's a 17 millimeter, so you need a ratchet and a 17 millimeter. The extension is optional. A lot of times the drain bolt is directly under the car, so you won't have to do much. You won't need much reach to get to it. I just have it on here. Once you have the tools, you will now need a drain bucket. And now I'm gonna go ahead and roll that out. Once you have the tools and the drain bucket that you need, now you're gonna go ahead and find some way to lift the vehicle up. A jack or some ramps is also good. But I am able to put this on a lift, so I'm gonna go ahead and lift the car up. And then once I lift the car up, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all where the drain bolt is normally located on most cars. But while I'm here, I'm gonna show you where the oil filter is located on this particular car. And this is where the oil filter is located at on, like I said, a Subaru WRX with the FA20 motor in it. So that's where the filter is. And most Subarus, well, Subarus are 50-50. Most Subarus are at the top. So if you have a Subaru, 9 out of 10 is probably at the top. If it's not at the top, it's at the bottom. So let me go ahead and lift the car up and show y'all where the drain bolt is. All right, so now since the car is in the air, my drain bolt is located right here. And also, this is a perfect time for, once you're under here, to look and see if you see anything broken, cracked, missing, or anything that's about to go out. So while you're under here, you want to check anything around it. So check the header, make sure there's no cracks or any black soot around that would indicate a leak. Check your ball joints right here. You can check your CV axles, the front wheel drive car. Check anything and everything that you want. Check your bushings for your lower control arms. Just go ahead and do a visual check of everything and make sure everything is tight. Make sure everything is still good. You don't hit no rattles or nothing like that. But yeah, so this is the drain bolt. Let's go ahead and knock this off and get to it. So now, what you want to do is you want to break this loose. You're going to turn it left. Make sure it's going counterclockwise, which is left. To break these bolts loose, always remember lefty loosey, righty tighty. Left to break loose, right to tight. And also make sure you position this properly, because if not, it's gonna be ugly. Now, you want to get it to where it's dripping, kind of like that. That means it's pretty much empty. So once you see it dripping out like that, you can go ahead and put the bolt back in and tighten down. So this is how you take the filter off with the pliers, like that. Turn it. Normally it's not on too crazy tight, so that's all you got to do. Once you break it loose, you can do it by hand. So I'm gonna put this down and spin it off by hand. So that's pretty much how that is done. Let me go ahead and show you how the next step. Once you took it out of the box, compare them, make sure they're the same size, make sure the same thread pitch, and also take out the protective film. So you want to take that film off. Once you take that film off, compare them. And next, what you want to do is put oil on top of this. What I normally do is I do it like this. I set it on there. And spin it. There's one way. And the other way is you use your oil. Use your oil. Dip your finger in there. And you wipe around it. You wipe it around it. Make sure that filter, make sure that seal is properly coated, because you do not want to put that on and it tears. Because if it tears, you'll have a leak. So dip your finger in there and do that way. Or if it's still a bunch of oil on the oil filter, on the old oil filter, take it, flip it, and just spin it around there. If it's the same size, it should get enough oil on there. But I normally just put my finger on there just to make sure that it has oil on there. Now, what some people probably do is pre-fill the filter. I don't do that. Too much of a mess, too much of a hassle. I just go ahead and do that. Put it on like this. Spin that bad boy on. Now, when you put this on, it don't have to be crazy tight. It has to be hand tight. So that's good, just like that there. None more, none less. You don't want it too loose and you don't want it too tight, because heat is gonna expand that and it's gonna make it seal even more. So if it's on there too tight before you start the motor and everything, it's for sure gonna be tight. When you go to start everything up and it get hot and have heat cycles and stuff, it's gonna for sure be tight. So the next time you take it off, it's gonna be hard to take it off. So yeah, once all that is done, get you a funnel. Find the oil filter oil fill cap, which on Subaru, on this one specifically, it is yellow and it's right here. And also, FYI, fun fact, if you don't know what type of oil your car takes, some engine caps, or a lot of engine caps actually, engine oil caps tell you that what oil and what weight you need. So just in case you don't know. But yeah, get you a funnel, stick it down in there, make sure it's not too wobbly and whatnot. Then you're gonna go ahead and pour the oil. Now this part, I'm gonna do it separately because the oil is kind of heavy unless you're buying it by the quarts. But I normally buy the 5-gallon jug, so you can do it that way. But also, one more thing. When you are pouring the oil and you don't know how much it takes, I would say pour 3 quarts and check the oil. If you have that big jug, pour it said on the side sometimes, a lot of times. So yeah, see, so it has 4 quart, 3 quart, 2 quart. So pour 3 quarts or 3.5 and check your oil just to make sure, see where the oil level is at, because you don't want to overfill it. You'd rather be under than over when it comes to filling it up, because you can add it. You don't want to take that, you don't want to remove it, because you're gonna have to take that drain pole back out, and there you go, you're draining all your oil back out. So yeah, check it while you're going about it, and just don't overfill it, because also overfilling it is definitely bad for your motor as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up, and I'm gonna show y'all where I need to stop it. Now, once you fill the oil up, now you want to check, or filled it up 3 quarts. Now you want to check your dipstick. The dipstick on this car is located right here. Normally the dipstick is an orange color, like an orange-yellow color, with a little loop, a handle so you can pull it by. Some cars don't. Some cars will just have it this color, but it don't have a loop so you can stick your finger in and pull it. So locate your oil dipstick. And those 2 dots right there. 2 dots right there. You want your oil to be in between those 2 dots. So now, I kind of messed up. And when I say messed up, meaning, like I said, I don't fill up my oil filter. So when it comes to putting oil in here, I fill up past that dot, because the oil is going to get sucked into the oil filter, and it's going to drop it down lower than what it is. So I'm gonna put a little bit more, but normally this is what you want to do. This is what you want to see when you take the dipstick out and you want to check it. Make sure you didn't overfill it. You want to be under that dot right there where my finger is. You want to be under that. So you want to be in between these two right here. So I'm going to put a little bit more in there and then let it start it up and let it circulate through. All right, so now once you've done all that, you're going to come in and start the car up for probably like 10 seconds or so all the oil can circulate. Since all that oil has circulated, now what you want to do is check the oil once again, make sure it's still at a proper level. But normally, clean the dipstick off the first take, because the first take is not going to be accurate. So clean the dipstick off the first take and then take it out the second one, and the second one should be the accurate measure. Unless you have like a Nissan. Nissan are kind of hard to read once the dipstick has been, car has been crunk up, the dipstick and the oil has been sloshed around. So if you can't read it after you crunk the car up, let it sit for probably like 2 minutes, come back to it, and then the oil should be level down or, rested enough so it won't be all over the dipstick and all over the place. So even with Subaru, because even just then when I tried to check it, it was all over the place. So I'm gonna let it sit for like 2 minutes or so, and I'm gonna come back and check it. All right, so boom, we're back. Let's go ahead and check the dipstick. And it looks like it's a normal reading. Let me see. It's kind of hard to read, kind of focus right now. Man, Jesus, focus. 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 Okay, there we go, there we go. Yeah, it's still not focusing enough. So yeah, it's at the normal mark. I can't get it to focus. But it's at the normal mark where it's supposed to be. There we go. And so we're good. So yeah, once you look like that still, even after the car been started, and everything is done, this is how it's supposed to look. This is where it's supposed to sit. You can get it up to that mark, but I know that let it sit a little bit under it. So yeah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you change your oil on your car. This works on any car, so it's not specifically Subaru, but make sure you put everything back. Put the oil cap back, nice and snug. Make sure the dipstick is sitting flush in there, nice and snug as well. Make sure there's no mess. Clean up your mess. Any mess you made, clean it up. I'm gonna clean this up right here. But any mess you made, clean it up. Do not be one of those techs that's nasty. Nobody likes a nasty tech. So clean up behind yourself. And not even if you're not even a tech. Nobody likes a nasty DIYer. Nobody likes a nasty mess. Nobody likes any of that. So clean up behind yourself. So on that note, I'm out. Peace.